We continue our live team coverage of the winter storm bearing down on Hampton roads. Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us. I'm Don Roberts.
And I'm Katie Collette. The storm quickly approaches the region, and we're on your side with full coverage of what the storm will bring us and when. We have a look outside for you in two ways. First, with Super Doppler 10 radar and with Tower Cam 10.
And in just a few hours, the snow will start falling, and when it does, it will be heavy.
And first things first, though, we want to get right to meteorologists Jeremy Wheeler and Tiffany Savona.
And they have been updating those snow totals and the timing of this storm all morning long. Maybe you've read their blogs. Well, now we get the live update as we check in with Jeremy and Tiffany. Jeremy?
That's right. We've got the live update right here. Tiffany's working on the weather blog right now with meteorologist Jeff Edmondson. They're going to get that out in the next half hour. So let me give you the latest and greatest information. Winter weather alerts. We've got the winter weather advisories to the north, Middlesex County, Northern Neck. Rest of the region, you're in a winter storm warning. That has not changed since this morning. Now here is Super Doppler 10. I just had a report come in from a viewer. That's Don Engville, sleet in Kitty Hawk. So let's zoom in down there. We do have some wintry precipitation already starting up. Let's go down to Hatteras first and visit. It looks like it's mostly going to be rain for you. A little bit of a mix here trying to start up. And then towards Rodanthe, you also have that mix, rain, snow, sleet mix. We go up towards Kitty Hawk. There it is, a little bit of sleet shaping up. This is going to try and change over to snow at times. And this is about on point with the forecast from this morning. It is eventually going to work its way northward. But right now, Virginia Beach over to Suffolk and Hampton up to Williamsburg is quiet. You may catch a couple of flurries here and there, but that's about it. And we have dry weather to the north, Northern Neck, Eastern Shore. We had some snow earlier. Very light amounts. Here's the satellite and radar. As we put it into motion, again, we got a lot of clouds out there, and that precipitation, you can see it trying to creep up from the south. That's exactly what's going to happen. We've got a stationary front down there trying to throw some moisture up as an area low pressure that's moving along that. So we're expecting hefty amounts of snow, 10 to 12 inches in the red zone. That is where Virginia Beach on the south end over to Chesapeake, down through northern Perquimans, Pasquotank, Camden counties, in through Bertie, Hertford, and Gates County. We've moved a little bit more to the north now, so it's deeper into Chesapeake, and then 7 to 10 inches for the entire south side outside of that red zone, and then you see that also for north of Elizabeth City. 5 to 7 into Hampton and Newport News, Cape Charles 5 to 7, and then Exmoor, Matthews, Gloucester, Yorktown, and then down into Surrey, Sussex County, and Williamsburg, 2 to 5 inches, 1 to 2 a little bit more to the north towards Middlesex County and the Northern Neck, Accomack County, and then also 1 to 2 in there for the Outer Banks towards Manteo, but we're going to throw in some sleet with that. That's an update from this morning. The sleet may accumulate and cause iciness on the roads. There's the closer view. Again, 7 to 10 for most of the south side, 5 to 7 for a good portion of the peninsula. Pocosin, you're in that. Cape Charles, Exmoor, south of Exmoor, and then again, Gloucester Point is closer to the 5 inches. Gloucester County Courthouse is closer to the 2 to 3 inches of snow, and that will get updated. Southampton County, good portion, 2 to 5. Smithfield, you're on the border, so probably going for about 5, maybe 6 inches of snow. And that snow will start to accumulate, not so much this evening right away, but it will start to accumulate in the overnight hours. That's when we'll start to see it stack up. Our temperatures right now are cold enough for snow. We're in the 20s, but it's in the upper 20s in Kill-Level Hills. Wind chills right now are in the teens and almost single digits, and we'll see that snow increase through the day. Chance for some snow at 3 p.m. Chance for snow is likely at 6 p.m., and then the snow continues and increases even more 9 o'clock until midnight tonight. Temperatures drop down to the teens. That's the latest timeline. We're going to update you with more on what we can expect from this system coming up.
Jeremy, thank you much. And as we continue to wait for the snow to start falling, and our community's been impacted by that, institutions are taking action right now. Currituck County Schools announcing that they are closing schools tomorrow and Thursday. Currituck County, North Carolina, again, schools closed tomorrow and Thursday. And Naval Medical Center, Portsmouth, clinics will be closed for tomorrow.
And also, Elizabeth City State University just canceled classes. They say that goes into effect starting at 1:30 this afternoon. Classes for Elizabeth City State University also canceled tomorrow. And we want to let you know the Admirals game in Norfolk is canceled for tonight as well.
And a lot of these cancellations and delays you'll see scrolling across the bottom of the screen, or you can also log on to WAVY.com.
And now we head to Ava Hurdle, who's been working very hard in Virginia Beach to get more information now from VDOT and Public Works, or excuse me, just Public Works here. And Ava, Public Works crews were saying they actually have about 50 or so trucks working?
That's right, Katie. In fact, behind me you can see that Virginia Beach Public Works crews are busy in their second day of preparations to treat and clear roads of anticipated snow and ice. They are stocking up and also mixing that salt and sand to brine the streets. 2,000 tons of the abrasives were used last week. Some 30 crews expect to cover hundreds of miles of primary and secondary roads over the course of 2 days. And they're going to be helped by VDOT, we understand, who's supplying 50 trucks from the western part of the state. They're going to be treating those roads with abrasives.
That is correct. We will be working 12 hours on and 12 hours off around the clock. Each shift will come in at 6:30 a.m. till 6:30 p.m. and then we'll rotate them out so that they can go get rest, some food, and then return back again.
Again, the preparations are underway, but as the weather conditions warrant, that's when we'll be seeing equipment hit the streets. We're live in Virginia Beach. Ava Hurdle, 10 on your side.
Ava, thank you very much. And I just got this email from Cleator Jones, who's assistant to the city manager in Newport News. He said Public Works crews in Newport News are applying salt brine to priority 1 and 2 streets, which means that if you live in a residential area, plow trucks will not be able to get to your roads, so you do need to prepare for that. And also, solid waste collection, your trash collection, is going to be canceled tomorrow. So you need to keep that in mind. So Wednesday collections are now going to happen Thursday. Thursday collections will happen Friday. So because of this weather in Newport News, trash collection is pushed back.
That's good to know. I'm expecting my cans to be picked up tomorrow.
That's
but
right.
That
Not
won't
gonna
happen on
Don.
Wednesday.
No.
We now go to the newsroom where Stephanie Harris is standing by with the latest on the VDOT, and we understand VDOT is getting a little help to deal with what's going to be happening on the roads. Steph?
Yes, they are, Don. Actually, VDOT trucks are moving into position right now, so they'll be on the roads to clear that snow as it hits the ground. Now, at the top of our newscast, I talked to Marshall Herman with VDOT, and she updated us on their situation. She said, yes, they will be getting some help from other parts of the state to come in here and clear and maintain the roads. They also have their crews working in 12-hour shifts until the roads are clear, until this event is over. The interstates will be their main priority. They are also responsible for some of those main streets in cities, but the interstates will be their main priority. VDOT assures us that they have replenished all that salt, sand, and chemical mixtures that they used up last week with the snowstorm. Usually we don't use all that much of it in a winter period, so they have replenished it now, and they are ready to go, they assure us. They also advise everyone to pay attention to what you're doing. If you don't have to be on the streets, that is, don't drive today. If you do have to be on the roads, go ahead and check the conditions before you head out. Of course, we will continue to monitor those conditions for you right here on WAVY-TV, and you can always take us with you on wavy.com and your mobile device. Katie and Don?
Stephanie Harris in the newsroom watching what VDOT is doing and what they're preparing to do. They are going to be busy as the storm hits us.
That's right. And next on Wavy News 10 Midday, Anita Blanton working to get details you need to know if you live in North Carolina about how crews there are preparing.
We are keeping our eyes on the skies, tracking the winter weather in Hampton Roads. Meteorologist Jeremy Wheeler has another check on the forecast in just a moment.
Darn it. I was one square away from winning that game.
It's a shame Sadie isn't here today. She always wins. Could have won the big prize.
You know, that could have helped her with some of Jim's funeral expenses.
There wasn't any life insurance?
No, there wasn't. I'd been trying to convince her to call about the Colonial Penn program to make sure they had coverage. But she was worried they wouldn't be accepted because of their health.
I have life insurance with them, too. I had concerns, but I didn't have to take a physical or even answer any health questions. My acceptance was guaranteed.
Well, I should get some life insurance for myself. I'm kind of on a fixed budget, though. I don't know if I can afford it.
I thought the same thing. It works out to be about 35 cents a day. That's just $9.95 a month per unit of coverage.
I think I can afford that. I'm going to give them a call.
And now you can help protect your loved ones from the burden of your final expenses with a guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance policy through the Colonial Penn program. In today's world, uncertainty seems to be the new norm. With life insurance through the Colonial Penn program, there is no uncertainty. If you're age 50 to 85, your acceptance is guaranteed. You don't have to answer any health questions or take a medical exam. You cannot be turned down because of your health. For $9.95 a month per unit of coverage, you can take an important step toward protecting your loved ones. You can have affordable quality insurance at a rate which is guaranteed to never go up. Call about the Colonial Penn program now and let a representative help you get started.
G47.
Take an important step toward protecting your family by calling 1-800-376-3030 for free information and a free gift. Or visit cpdirect.com. 1-800-376-3030.
Continuing coverage of the winter storm on Wavy News 10 Midday now, and we take you back to North Carolina, where folks are a little concerned about how much snow they're going to get, especially since they don't see a lot of snow, along the Outer Banks in particular.
Yeah, absolutely, Don. Let's check in right now with Anita Blanton, who is live in our newsroom. And Anita, you spoke with NCDOT crews.
That's right. I spoke with NCDOT, but I also spoke just minutes ago with North Carolina Office of Emergency Management. So I want to tell you about that information first, and then we'll go to NCDOT. So in that conversation, they said that they are preparing right now for a press conference with the governor, Pat McCrory, at 2:15. That's going to take place. So in about 2 hours from now, that will take place, a press conference with the governor where they'll be releasing some new information coming up at that time. Right now, they have about a dozen offices of emergency management divisions that have been set up with it throughout North Carolina. And we also have more information. This is coming from VDOT. Now, when you, NCDOT, when you go to NCDOT's information on their website, this special alert is the first thing that comes up, and it's telling you about motorists being advised to be aware of icy road conditions, high winds, limited visibility. That started at noon. If we go down to their maps, you'll see the roadways that we're talking about. Let's take this full, and as we take this full, I'll go over the information that they prepared, speaking of the roadways specifically, because they are anticipating a lot of precipitation as opposed to just the cold weather that they had from the system last week. They say that all of the major roads in the northeast part of the state have been brimed starting yesterday morning, so that gives it time to go ahead and settle in. And they're working to get trucks from the western part of the state, places like Greensboro, to the eastern part, places like Northampton County, if you're there, Dare County, if you're sitting from there and you're watching from there. They're bringing about 18 trucks from those areas closer to Greensboro for your area. So I'm going to be staying in contact with both of those agencies. Again, that press conference with the governor is coming up at 2:15. I'll monitor that, also monitor the roads throughout midday, and then coming up tonight starting at 4 o'clock. Back to you.
Anita Blanton in the Live Center, giving some comfort to folks in North Carolina as Carolina gets ready for the storm to hit, and the snow is on the way.
Another area preparing for the snow is Norfolk. And on the phone right now, we have Janine White of Norfolk Public Works. And Janine, thank you for joining us. One concern a lot of viewers have expressed through Facebook and through social media to us is how the salt supply or the product supply that you put on the roads and when you plow, how that's all holding up since the last storm.
Well, we've replenished our supply, so we're doing very good right now. We have 21 trucks that we've got loaded and ready to deploy at any time. Right now, throughout the morning, we've actually had our trucks out pre-treating bridges and overpasses, but our supply is good.
Hey, Janine, we were contacted on social media by folks who are saying they're seeing flakes in Norfolk right now. Do you see anything?
No, I don't see anything right now, but it looks like that something is about to happen.
I think that's what we've been feeling all morning and afternoon so far, Janine. How about any extra crews? Does Norfolk plan to call in anyone extra, or 21 trucks, as you just said? Is that your full fleet?
That is a large portion of our fleet, but not our full fleet. That's a large portion of it. We have other equipment that we can actually put on the roadways to assist us with removal. Right now we're running 24-hour shifts. We have a day shift and an overnight shift that will be on from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Your regular shift is anywhere from 45 to 50 personnel at any one given time.
And Janine, as you keep your eyes on the roads in Norfolk, do you have any big concerns that you want to pass along to Norfolk residents, or any ways that residents can help you and your crew do your jobs?
Well, one of the things that we always try to put out is that our equipment is large, and we're out trying to make sure that the roadways are safe for travel. But we do ask that you give our equipment a wide berth, that motorists not follow too closely, or when they see them, if they allow them passage, and let them actually put the sand salt mix down without any interruptions. And also, if you don't have to be out, now's a good time to simply stay home.
That's very good advice, Janine. Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us on this midday.
Thank you.
And now let's check in with meteorologist Jeremy Wheeler and Tiffany Savona in the Super Doppler 10 Weather Center. I know you two have been very busy tracking this snowstorm. Any new developments since we last spoke with you?
Well, we just got a couple of updates here. What was the report that just came in?
Couple reports, yeah. Some freezing drizzle in Frying Pan, mainland Dare County.
Yeah, around the East Lake area.
Right.
We got a report of some freezing drizzle there. So that's one of the reports that came in. And then we're getting more reports. We had some reports of sleet there on Kitty Hawk not too long ago, and a couple of flakes in Hampton Roads, but that's just a couple of flurries, and that was expected. So let's have a look. Tower Cam 10, got a lot of cloud cover out there right now, and the temperatures are in the 20s. I mean, we've got enough cold air in place to create this snow mess that's going to be happening later today. Moisture's upstairs, that's why we get all these thick clouds, and then down at the surface, that's where all the cold air is, and eventually that moisture is just going to increase from the south. Now here's Super Doppler 10. And we can see clearly that there's an increase in precipitation. Now, let's get a little closer view. We got a rain-snow mix down here between Rodanthe and Hatteras on up into Manteo. Sometimes it's going to come down as sleet. Other times it's going to come down as snow, and then also a little bit of rain trying to mix in with that as well. We go up here, likely to see some sleet soon in Grandy and Southern Shores if you haven't already. A few flurries up towards Currituck. Also a few flurries in towards the south side, Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, and Suffolk. And this is moving mainly to the north and east, but you know what? It's not the main batch, so it's just going to linger around a little bit, and then eventually, as that moisture increases from the south, it'll turn into snow. Most likely during the evening commute, between about 5 and 6, we'll see that snow really start to grow and take shape across the region. Now, what to expect? We're expecting the snow, again, to really start up for the evening commute, 5 to 7 p.m., We're going to see flurries before that point, though, and some of these roads are going to be closed tonight. The snow is really going to start to accumulate. Temperatures will be cold enough. Also, some of that snow will be blowing around, drifting. That's going to create for hazardous driving conditions. And just keep in mind that a slight shift in the track could dramatically alter the snow totals. We keep saying that over and over because it's very true. There's a sharp cutoff to this precipitation and what we call a gradient, a big difference in the amounts in a short distance of time. So that's also on the weather blogs that we talked about this morning. And we got a fresh blog we're working on right now, be out soon. So here's a setup. We got the stationary front down to the south as predicted, area low pressure forming as predicted, and here comes that moisture. That low's trying to throw that moisture up northward. We got a little snow back to the west. That's not the main batch, though. That's going to stay over there, and this is, again, just going to keep coming up from the south. Now, on the satellite and radar, it looks like there's a lot off to the west of us. Again, it stays there, and as we go through time, we'll just notice more and more of this, the blue taking over and moving up. Now, to talk more about that in the forecast, here's meteorologist Tiffany Savona.
All right, we'll take you hour by hour here. We're starting off at 4 o'clock where you can see that snow starting to push more into North Carolina. You can see that pink indicating a snow and sleet mix. And then by 5, 6 o'clock, that snow really becoming widespread and filling into those metro areas. So Jeremy already talked about it. Your evening commute is going to be a messy one. Then as we head into tonight, the snow gets heavier as we head into the evening hours. There's that mix, that pink mix, starting to move into Elizabeth City. So this mix will really start to cut down on those potential snow totals. And that's what we're expecting, that mix to push into northeastern North Carolina. But this is not exact. If this pushes up into the south side, that will lower snow totals there. Or this could even push a little bit more down to the south. That means totals could be higher. So that's something that is going to be changing as we go through the evening hours. Then we push this through time and take you through early tomorrow morning. We're still seeing a lot of snow at 6 o'clock tomorrow. And then it looks like most of the snow will taper off from west to east as we head into the late morning hours. So by tomorrow afternoon, we're looking at a much drier day, but it will still be cold with temperatures in the 20s. So all that snow out there will really not have a chance to melt tomorrow either. Here are your forecast snow totals, the highest bands across the south side and across northeastern North Carolina. We did tweak this just a little bit. We pushed that highest total to the north of Elizabeth City. We're zooming in a little bit more, so 10 to 12 inches possible for southern Chesapeake, Virginia Beach down into Moyock to the north of Elizabeth City. Still 7 to 10 for the heart of the metro area into Suffolk, Chesapeake, also Virginia Beach, northern Virginia Beach, Portsmouth, Norfolk, and 5 to 7 for Newport News and Hampton into Northampton County, 2 to 5 for the peninsula, Williamsburg, and as we head up toward Gloucester and Gloucester Point. So today, 24 degrees, snow developing in the afternoon, cold and breezy. It will feel more like the teens. Tonight, 17 degrees, wind chills in the single digits, snow likely, and tomorrow we'll see temperatures only in the 20s with morning snow, and that snow ending by midday. We finally get above freezing on Thursday and then a warm up by the weekend.
Tiffany Savona, thank you very much. We will wrap up our coverage for this hour when we come back.
Your kitchen is the heart of your home, so let's show it some love. Hatchet Design Remodel will customize a kitchen for your family to enjoy every day and for your friends to envy when you entertain. From the wow-worthy features to every functional detail, we know you'll love your new kitchen by Hatchet Design Remodel. So call now and save up to $2,500 off a full kitchen remodel by Hatchet.
Call Hatchet Design Remodel today for your free consultation. It costs nothing to ask.
I'm Bobby Hatton of PWHD. For the past 38 years, I've been a mesothelioma trial lawyer here in Newport News and in courts from New York to California. I've been designated by my peers as a leader of the law, best lawyer, super lawyer, and even a dragon lawyer. I hope I'm not a dragon. But if you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma and you want an experienced trial lawyer, call PWHD, local lawyers with a national reputation.
Introducing great value from Assurance Wireless, a lifeline assistance program. With our free talk and text plan, eligible households in Virginia receive a free cell phone, 250 free voice minutes, plus 250 free texts each month.
Now that I have Assurance, I can talk and text with no worries.
And if you need more, our $30 unlimited talk, text, and web plan offers a free phone plus unlimited minutes, text, and web for just $30 a month. Our plans are the best value among major Lifeline programs. Each plan provides nationwide coverage and these calling features.
With Assurance, I can keep in touch at home or on the go.
You may qualify if you're on Medicaid, food stamps, or certain other public assistance programs. Call now to see if you qualify for the best calling plans ever from Assurance Wireless.
Call 1-800-385-0020 or visit assurancewireless.com. That's 1-800-385-0020. 1-800-385-0020. Call today.
If the recent changes in healthcare have you feeling like there's a lot to learn, you're not alone. At HealthKeepers, Inc., a Blue Cross and Blue Shield company, we've done our homework on the new healthcare law, so we can help you make an informed decision. We can help you get the financial help you qualify for and find the plan that's right for you. All our plans offer $0 preventive care benefits to help keep you and your family healthy. Our plans cover doctor visits, prescription drugs, hospital stays, and more. Choose from doctors and hospitals in our network. Generations have relied on us for their health care coverage. Call today. Your coverage is guaranteed, and there are no medical exams required. Act today. It's not too late to apply for health coverage in 2014. Open enrollment ends soon. Now you can get reliable coverage from a name you can trust. Call us at 1-877-844-8372 to find out how much financial help you may qualify for. That's 1-877-844-8372. Or visit anthemhelps.com.
We're back on WAVY News 10 Midday, getting you ready for the storm. More changes to schedules. Norfolk State University closing at 2 this afternoon, and classes are canceled. Norfolk State University closed for tomorrow. Also, Norfolk City offices closing today at 3.
And those HRT fare increase public hearings we've been telling you about all week, those are also canceled and have been rescheduled for a date and time in February. If you're looking for those times and the location, you can head to WAVY.com. We have it all for you there.
All right, one more check now as we head into the afternoon.
All right, well, meteorologist Don Slater's already in. We're tracking the system. We got a weather blog up, a new weather blog with new information. Jeff Edmondson, Tiffany Savone, and I worked on it all together, so it's a three-person blog, and it's got some of the information. You can take your time and look at the updated maps, take a little more time to reference it.
All right, and our winter storm coverage continues this afternoon, and we started an hour early at 4 o'clock. Tom, Nicole, Don, Tiffany, and Anita will have covered. We will have special coverage for you on this special edition of WAVY News 10, starting at 4 o'clock.
And remember, we are on all platforms for you, WAVY.com, Facebook, Twitter, and of course, your mobile device.
And thank you for joining us on WAVY News 10 Midday as we watch and wait for the flakes to start falling.
We will have hourly updates all afternoon. And of course, we're back early, as we just mentioned, at 4 o'clock tonight. And we will be back at 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. Jeremy's going to work on strengthening his voice and getting that back for you because he has a lot to talk about tomorrow.
Thanks again for joining us. Have a good afternoon.